Right, I'm going to do a fitting guide for this front mount intercooler. I've got the front bumper off. There's guides to this online, so I'll not bother showing that, but what I will show is these are the cables for the DRLs at the bottom. You don't really need to disconnect them at the minute. I might do at the moment, but at the moment I'm not going to do it because for some reason the clips won't come undone. They're really tight. But what I will show is there is a quick disconnect here. If you've got the xenon lights, you'll have the headlight washers. It's a quick disconnect there, which is decent. The headlights do stay on the car, and you do have to disconnect the camera if you've got the 360 camera system. The intercooler is there, so it looks as though I've no idea how I'm going to fit it, but I will have to remove the top hose there. So I do have a replacement for that hose anyway, so that hose is going to come off with the intercooler. I don't think these brackets, oh, they're welded in them brackets, so it looks like we're going to have to go up and in. This is going to be definitely a learning experience how to get this in. Do I have to remove the crash bar? I think I might have to remove the crash bar, which looks like a few 13 mils, 13 mils either side. I don't think there's any sensors on it. The sensor there was on the plastic. That's the temperature sensor. So what I'll do is I'll get the car further stripped down. I'll get to the point where I'm taking the intercooler off. I do think I'm going to have to remove the crash bar, I think. Looking at this, I've got the bumper rested on some cardboard underneath so I don't scratch it. And when I took these side clips off here, this was just full of dirt, so I've cleaned it all out now. It's all on the road. Right, so I'll progress a bit further now and I'll continue the recording in a minute. Nope, I actually got rid of the front bumper because it would have pain in the arse to get around. So all I did was, with these lower clips, I shoved a flathead screwdriver into that part there. You feel it click and then just pull it out. I've had a quick look at this. I do think the cross member can stay on. So what I'm doing now is I've removed 17mm from there, same at the other side, and there is one underneath there. So I'm going to remove that. What I'm also doing is I'll put a tyre wrap round the cross member. I put it around the radiator fan at the back. Just looped it through. There's weight there, but I don't think there's going to be a lot of it to hold. I hope not. So I'm going to whip that bottom mount off now and then go from there. Also, you can do your horns while you're here if you want to do the horns, one of the fancy red ones, which would look nice. I wish I'd have bought some now, to be honest. Right, I'll cut that to the next clip and I'll have the bottom bar off and I'll show you what room we've got from that point. Right, so I have actually removed the bottom radiator mount. So it is four 17mm, front and underneath. I've got an impact, but if you've got a normal wrench, just use that. I've undone the two hoses. I do have a tyre wrap around the cross member there, which goes to the top of the fan. It should be sufficient, just enough to hold it, because it did drop a little bit. This completely dropped. So I'm going to try and finagle that out. I'll compare the both intercoolers together and I'll be building the new one up before I slot it in. I might have to remove the front member because there's nothing attached to it, so removing it might be the best thing. So I'm just going to go grab some WD-40 now, give him a quick spritz, and then if I have to remove it, to be fair though, I think removing it might be just the easiest option, to be fair. So I'll be back in a minute to hit the next recording. Right, this pretty much falls out. I did remove the cross member for the sake of 8 13mm nuts, because there's no attachments to it, there's no crash sensors or anything like that attached to it. And to be fair, if you want to do an alternator job, that bit is so easy doing an alternator like this. I've got a bit of grass in there, let's get that out. You can see the oil cooler there, intercooler, my cooler intake there, AC pump, alternator. So now I'm looking at the pipe work. So let me get the new intercooler out. I'll just get that out now and come back to recording. So I've got the new one out, so you can see, I will think, because the pictures show that the new metal pipes go from there, but from there up to the pipe on the engine, there is no clear path. So what I have noticed is, there's a fitting there for this bracket. So I'm going to assume you have to use this original plastic hose to there, mount it to that, and then you can clamp on the new metal pipe from there. So I'm going to get one of the metal pipes out now. I'll put some of this foam inside the car out of the way. There's two. I love foam, but this box has got loads in it. Let me just get rid of all this foam. So if you get sea sickness from this, that's my lovely interior. Oh, and I've also got a yellow Juke as well, I'll give you a quick show, with the Nismo wheels on. Right, so now we should be able to get to the bottom of here. Let me get the two metal pipes out. There we go. Right. So I believe it's this one. Let me just get the. Right, so this one looks like that pipe there. So I'm assuming that goes onto there like with a joiner, and then it's a solid hard pipe up to the inlet there. So that one goes like that, or something. I don't know, it's going to be a bit tricky. Hi bud. Because it does look identical. So, and that pipe there is clearly, so I'll put the phone down 2 seconds. And then that one is clearly that one. So it's going to be a bit of a trial and error which way that one goes in and around. Kind of looks like that way. So right, I'm going to remove that 10mm from there, undo this, and then get that fitted to this one. So we're back in a second. Alright, so I have removed the cap, and that does bolt straight on. So you are supposed to use the plastic hose. So now I'm gonna, I think that's the way. It looks better that way, doesn't it? I think. Yeah, so I'm gonna put that on there. I'm gonna go grab a. Sorry, I haven't got the camera on. So I'm gonna go grab a Sharpie, I think, so I can index it properly, and then attach that to there. So I'll be back in a second. Right, so I've got the joiner on. I've gone through the included clips. These all say 67 to 75, which is for the bigger end fittings. And then I had one clip, which is this one, with no sizings on it, and it seems smaller. This is the smaller connector to the large one. So that's small to large. and I'm going to assume this one's purely for that one. So I'm going to put that onto that one, and then I'm going to come back and show you where it's all attached. I don't think we've got any. We've got another one in here which is a reducer, but this one's like not as severe. And when I try the clip on this one, it doesn't go on. So this is obviously made for that one there. Oh, right. This was a struggle. Not to be bad to the kit, it does sort of fit. The pipes do go in, but the clips will be on the piss. I've had to put that pipe in reverse because the normal way around it wouldn't line up properly with the intercooler, and the intercooler wouldn't go into the locks here. It is, if you were going to fit this, if I had to redo it again, I would use the standard pipes off the old intercooler. There's nothing wrong with them. I'd just use the standard pipes. Don't use the hard pipes, and everything will fit 10 times better and 10 times bloody easier. Because all you have to do is Jubilee clip here, Jubilee clip down there, and onto here. The Jubilee, the joiners that come with it, hit or miss. That one was a bit too big to go on there, but I've clamped it really down so it fits properly. This was one that properly fit, and the other reducer that goes down there as well. It's trial and error to fit it. However, it is behind the crash bar. It is slightly thicker than the original one. The end tanks are bigger because on the old ones they were a lot of plastic, but they are better. The fins aren't as dense, so they allow more air to flow through it. The bars are thicker, so it'll allow more volume of air, and more volume of air means more volume to be cooled. But it does fit. It does seem to be the case. I've started the car up, it's not idling wrong, it's perfectly fine. If you use the hard pipes, you'll find that this pipe will sit a bit higher. The original plastic pipe will sit a bit higher, which if you're running an aftermarket blow-off bar, which I am, is probably better, to be fair. The plastic cover will still go on if you want to keep it looking OEM, which I prefer looking OEM. It is completely solid in there. I'm going to take it for a test drive and then give it a rip. But all in all though, the intercooler's mint. If you're paying £120 odd for the intercooler on sale, I'd just buy it for the intercooler. Use the standard pipes, or if you have the InGen pipes, they'll fit anyway if you've got the InGen stuff. But 100% the intercooler's mint. If it wasn't for the hard pipes, they seem to be slightly off on the angles. So I would, if it poses a problem for me, I'm going to return back to the original pipes. I'm going to keep them anyway. But I'll get it all buttoned up. I'll take it for a rip. I'll put a set of camera up so you can watch the dash and stuff. I'll set a boost up. I'll record torque so you can see the boost and the boost drop in sport mode. But beyond that, it's a decent kit, to be fair. It's took me nearly 2 hours to fit it. That's because I had to do it single-handedly. I had to get a jack under the lower radiator mount because I couldn't hold it and put a bolt in at the same time. So I had to use a scissor jack to hold it up. That was the longest part for me. If you had a second person give you an answer, this would be far quicker. You'd smash through this. And the other one I couldn't really do is the clip that's down there, really down there, so I can try and zoom in on it. That one, I couldn't get a ratchet on it, so I had to do it all by hand, which was an absolute ball ache. But engine idles with it, there's no leaks. I've sprayed each section with a bit of deodorant. It's a bit of cheap man's way of doing ethanol, the ether spray, easy start, and there's no leaks. So I'll get it all buttoned up. I'll record torque doing boosting with it, and I'll put that at the end of the video. But beyond that though, decent kits. And if you're running InGen, like I said, InGen kit will fit perfect with this one. Absolute perfect. Well, I'll leave the video there. Next clip will be me in the car driving, and I'll put torque on with it. Cheers.